Hello there, this is Bic Benedict. We're playing Rise of the Tomb Raider on the PC on the hardest difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough for Survivor difficulty. We're currently on part 13 of what will inevitably be... Excuse me, you didn't think I was going to make that jump, did you? Of what inevitably will be 15 parts. So we're making our way over to the orrery. It is a sort of an astrological station in which we're going to be doing some Castlevania-esque platforming, which is really fun actually. So make your way into here, make sure you pick up everything. Some poison mushrooms coming up. A new base camp is discovered for us. And I have currently beat the game now, and after you beat it, they let you go into a new game plus phase of the campaign, although you can't start a new game and do the campaign that way. You just are enabled to go around the world and look for things and have fun and do all the challenges and do the tombs if you missed any. And you could also do the DLC if you've picked it up off of the marketplace. But I just wanted to give an update because I am completely done with the guide now. I went through the game without using any healing items and without, I think, taking the cheap road sometimes by overusing the poison arrows. But in the next chapter there's going to be a lot of hard sections where your arrows are going to come in handy. No doubt about it. So this is the way to go. And I think the only reason I survived that fall right there is because I have an upgrade that makes you, or allows you to take more fall damage and not die. But this is a very intimidating looking puzzle, but I'll show you how to do it if you're stumped or if you just don't care to do it. You want to use the rope pull to make this a platform on which to jump, and then you want to use the rope pull to swing this globe this way, and what's going to happen is we're going to get some handholds for ourselves to jump off of and to use as propellant towards platforming. It's a room that I took one look at and I said to myself, let's just get on the internet and figure this out by having somebody else figure it out for us. And it turned out that I actually figured it out on my own. Once it's surprising the amount of mystery that just automatically disappears from the game. So we need to pull this one a little bit over this way. You want to make sure that slab on the other side is right there. And then you want to do the same thing to this one, and that's pretty much the only part of the puzzle. So this video is almost 17 minutes. The next video is almost 30 minutes. The final video is about 12 minutes, I think. So I thought the final boss in this game was handled pretty well. I'm not sure what you guys think about it, but I've also been giving some thoughts to doing another Will I Hate It episode with a new game, Firewatch. I've been doing some wool gathering in my mind about it, and I think it would do good because on the one hand it could serve as a great episode, and on the other hand, people who are searching for Firewatch can maybe subscribe to my channel if they find my video and they like it. And it's a game that if I wasn't doing it for a series, I would never play it. Not only because it's in first person, but because it doesn't look like it's my thing whatsoever. So if that happens, I'll probably make it episode 1.3, and then on Monday I'll make public another video that I have for episode 1.2. I've just recorded the season finale for season 1. So this is the way to do this. she's going to say now or something over here. She may already have said it. But when she says now, you just need to drop down. I think this is where it is.
Patience, Lara.
She says patience. Now, and then drop. If you happen to press it too early or too late, you are taken back pretty far. So it's unfortunate in that respect. But I want to thank all the good people who've been watching these videos. We've got a channel legend watching in the name of Hazardous Echo, or Eco, as I've mispronounced the dude's name so many times. He probably just laughs it off, but I wanted to once again thank him for watching these videos. And larger channels wouldn't do that, but since mine is so small, you kind of see who, I always get his comments when they come up on my phone, and he's always got insightful, sometimes sarcastic, but well-intentioned comments, and I really appreciate those, and comments that make you actually think. He's a very smart individual, so once again, dude, thanks, and keep it up. Hope the videos are to your liking in the future. So what does this allow us to do? I'm not sure what that said. But don't forget the money right there. You may have been noticing that when we've been playing this game, when we pick up coins, you only get 2. There are caches of 7 on the world map that you can get. So when I actually am doing the Baba Yaga DLC, I hope to be premiering some more guns. They might not be the strongest guns, but I do want to pick up the ones from the supply shack and premiere them in my guide for the DLC package. Okay. Now we're going to meet up with an enemy called the Deathless. It's basically, it's not necessarily a heavy, but it's something that is approaching a heavy. Sometimes they have shields, which are very problematic. Sometimes they just have quite a lot of body armor. There is one section in the next chapter that I do think it's the hardest part in the game, but if you use arrows on it, your 3 different arrows and the shotgun and your incendiary rounds with the shotgun. See, it wasn't until I think near the end of the game that I was able to craft a pouch that let me carry more shotgun shells. But even so, being able to carry so many incendiary shells right off the bat is very helpful. And they're more damaging than the normal shotgun shells. And you can craft them on the fly with the resources. So I would highly recommend that you do that. And you can also do the same type of thing with the pistol bullets. I think they're called hollow point rounds, and they're very damaging. But throughout this campaign, the pistol has always been with a low rate of fire, and that's why I really haven't been using it too much. I do think it's really cool that you can buy a silencer from the supply shack and use that for stealth. I think that's awesome. But I've got some really good comments from people, and I think it's appropriate now to mention these people because they had some really damn good comments. Where's my phone? It was from the aforementioned Hazardous Echo and also from Haddo. I wanted to pull these comments up because there was something that I couldn't get to because I was busy. Haddo said, "The cover works well, but I don't like the context-sensitive part about it. The game already puts you into cover when the enemies are around, so it makes the game easier and detracts from any sort of suspense to bumping into enemies and being more careful. It's feedback and I appreciate it, but it's the wrong kind of feedback in my opinion." I think that's true as well. There's one thing to snapping yourself into cover, to not accidentally running into enemies when you're playing. And I do think that it does detract from the experience, and I would much prefer to be able to control whether I'm in the cover or not, and whether I want to go out of the cover. And Uncharted, it just feels like it. Somebody else was mentioning to me, why do you like Uncharted so much? And I said simply, charm and heart go a long way. But I'm trying to pull up this other comment here. From the aforementioned Hazardous Echo. Oh yeah, okay. He says, it's a shame that the narrative of Tomb Raider is easy to predict. I mean, come on, boys and girls. Was anyone fucking shocked when it was discovered one of Laura's companions was working for Trinity? Also, Laura is the worst archaeologist in the world. These tombs were doing just fine by their lonesome, but the moment Laura steps in them, the places just fall apart. But hey, so long as she gets the grand treasure, never mind the ancient building sites. Oh, that was one comment, but he had an even better one. I'm trying to pull it up here. I can't find it. I'm sorry. He had a good point. But this part over here, and I'll find his comment in a minute if I can. This part over here is the first Deathless fight in the game. You want to use these Greek fire vessels to take damage off of them. And if you run into any context buttons, make sure you press those. As far as if you fail them. You've more or less faced this type of enemy in the last game. It's just an enemy that takes a little bit more to hit, and they drop a lot of loot too. So you want to be on your game over here, getting your dodge counters going for yourself, moving around quite a bit. It's just a shame that the sensitivity can't be changed. It would make this game so much more fairer, I think, as well as more fun to play. But keep moving around. Use the environment for your benefit for sure. And there isn't that many guys at first. So what I'm doing here is I'm largely preserving my shotgun shells in favor of the assault rifle. At this point, I don't think I have the damage level all the way out for it. There are different weapons you can choose if you want to. I would always recommend going for damage personally. Here's a good implementation of firing a shot when these guys walk past the vessels. Make sure you always craft more items after you, like if you use a poison arrow, make sure you craft more poison arrows so that you can pick up more poison mushrooms and things like that. And then when you come on up here, they're going to give you a checkpoint. And you want to fall back as much as possible. Utilize the third person camera trick over here. Like this. See? And then when anybody rushes me, I just switch to the shotgun. Hell, you can even funnel all these guys out here if you want to. Which is exactly what I think I'm doing. Then I'm going to resort to some flame arrows. I think it's just about done. And then definitely make sure you pick up all the backpacks here because they're oh, there's me crafting some incendiary shotgun shells. So you can actually have quite a lot of ammo at any given time in this game by crafting so many things. You can't craft the bullets for the assault rifle though, but you can for the shotgun, for the bow, and for the handgun. And as I say, I would always pick the guns that have the most damage to them. Okay, so when you come up here, I don't think they give you a checkpoint quite yet. But we want to take out the guys in that tower in the adjacent part of the map here. Here it goes. It's setting off right now. So find somewhere to hide behind and take full advantage of it, and you shouldn't have many problems whatsoever. I'm trying to pull up that comment that I promised you guys. Of course, it's slow as molasses anytime you want to reference something while speaking. It's fast as all get out when you're by yourself and there's no need to pull it up. But when you come up here, you're going to trigger another checkpoint, so I like to fire at those things. And when people jump down, I like to fire at the Greek vessels, and then I like to fall back. And this actually kills everybody, this technique. It's actually really nice. So when you see somebody fire that, it's a done deal. We wasted very little ammunition, we utilized the environment, and we took out everybody in that wave.
We have told the people.
So I hope you've been having as good a time playing this as I have, because it's actually been something that I've been returning to quite often, not only for the guide but on my own personal free time, to go around and collect all the items and look for the hidden coins and things like that. It's definitely given me my money's worth, and I appreciate that for a new title that I didn't have too much going for it when it first came out, but something that's definitely lived up to its predecessor. So we're going to make our way over here to the main Deathless city, and it will contain the hardest fights in the game. So you want to make sure that you have your ammo all the way filled out, all the skills purchased that will help you the most in your determination. And you know, you can do the fast travel to go back to different locations and pick up ammo and to buy things and to do all those things that are going to help you out beat these sections, because it's only going to get tough from here on in. It's never going to reach Uncharted brutal level, but sometimes it does reach crushing level. But that's just about it, you guys. That's been installment 13, and I am going to bid you farewell and take care. Bye bye. I will see you in the next video.